What's up?
Oh, I'm just compiling all the top sports scores, news, and odds so I can make the very best bets.
Me too. BetOnline.ag.
Join today and receive your 50% welcome bonus at betonline.ag.
Who trades up to the 5th round to draft a punter? Bill Belichick trades up to the 5th round to draft a punter. He did so on day 3 of the NFL draft. Why did he do it? Let's try to figure this out. I'm Alex Barth. He's Evan Lazar. A special draft edition of the FOXBORO Report powered by betonline.ag. Visit clnsmedia.com/win and use the promo code CLNS50 today. Evan, the Patriots trade down, then they trade back up. They draft a right-footed punter, which Belichick has never really had after, a few weeks, months, whatever, after giving Ryan Allen a contract extension, bringing him back
Ryan
out of free
Allen
agency.
Arguably being the MVP of the Super Bowl.
Right, after Ryan Allen was the MVP of the Super Bowl. Now, Nick Caserio came out and said it's as simple as it's just competition. But a 5th-round pick, there were guys on the board. That's an investment. There were guys on the board who could have mattered.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is, it's the competition. It's a message that we talked about a lot these last couple of days. It's being sent up and down the roster. Like, we're drafting guys at your position. Right. We don't care if Sony Michel that we drafted you in the 1st round. Here's a 3rd round running back that actually runs a lot like you. We don't care that we drafted you in the 1st round, Isaiah Wynn. Here's Yadni Kajust, a left tackle that played pretty damn well in a Power 5 conference. Cornerback position with Joanne Williams, J.C. Jackson, Keon Crossan, John Jones. You guys are all, now kind of on alert, right? That you have somebody that's coming for your roster spot. Now Ryan Allen has somebody that's coming for his roster spot too. The other thing that Caserio talked about, and I can't justify this, honestly, other than the fact to say that up until this point, this was a very non-Belichick draft, I would say.
And that it was a very traditional NFL draft. And we were drafting like any of the other 31 teams.
We had name brands.
Right.
The only name that I really didn't know was the offensive lineman, who I'm not going to try to pronounce his name, but you can say it for me.
Yelda.
Thank you.
Froholt. Froholt.
Yelda.
Fourth Danish person ever.
To be honest, probably should have been on my radar. That wasn't. No big deal. And other than that, the next pick was Jared Stidham, who everybody knows.
And not just brand names, but, the picks made sense in context. Even Damian Harris, when they drafted a running back last year, you could see how that fit into the roster construction. This one was bizarre for a number of reasons.
Wouldn't be a Belichick draft without this.
Exactly.
That's where I'm coming from.
Do you think Ryan Allen's job is in trouble? Or
sure.
Is this...
they invested a draft pick in the guy.
But I'm wondering, look at Cody Bajorquez last year, right?
But he was undrafted.
But here's the thing.
They didn't just invest a draft pick, Alex. They drafted a 5th-round pick on the guy.
But it was their 2nd to last pick. And Nick, or was it their 3rd to last? He was after Stidham, I thought.
He was after Stidham.
Yeah, so their 2nd to last pick.
Yep.
Nick Caserio said they're probably going to bring in a punter to compete anyway. They usually do. And they can't keep everybody they drafted on the roster. They don't have that many spots.
Right.
So if you know the guy you pick here isn't going to be on the roster, you're bringing in an extra punter anyway, why not, right?
Right. I think that's
go get a good one.
That's the explanation, right? Is that they knew that they were going to bring in a punter to challenge Ryan Allen anyways, and they didn't feel their board was probably just a couple of players. Maybe this punter and Ken Webster were the last 2 names on that board up there in the situation room, whatever you want to call it. And they just said, let's get the punter here, let's get Ken Webster in the 7th round, and let's get out. That's our draft.
Although people will jump on them if and when he gets cut. Oh, he is a 5th-round pick on a punter. That's not what this was.
Not only that, but there were some players taken after him that they could have had.
Yeah.
That I think that now all of a sudden, if one of those late 5th round, 6th round picks turns into a stud wide receiver,
you start looking at Brian Anger drafted over Russell Wilson.
Yeah, watch out.
And we'll discuss some of the what could have beens in another video you can find on clnsmedia.com. Real quick, because we got this question on our YouTube live stream, and I absolutely loved this because this is thinking like the Patriots. If they're going to bring in a special teamer to compete, Ryan Allen's young. You just re-signed him. He just had a great season. Steven Gostkowski is on the older side. He almost didn't come back.
Yeah.
Why a punter, not a kicker?
Obviously, they didn't have a kicker that they had a draftable grade on.
Fair enough.
The guy from Utah, my guess is they might have had a draftable grade on. And Cole Tracy from LSU is the one that I keep on pumping that maybe they're going to be interested in now after the draft. Yeah. But my guess is that they didn't have a draftable grade on anybody on the kicker position besides maybe the Utah kid.
All right. All of our draft coverage can be found on clnsmedia.com and the
Who do you think scouts
CLNS
the
YouTube
kickers?
page.
You think Belichick knows how to scout kickers?
Of course. I mean, there probably are some former kickers that come in and
Yeah,
help.
maybe Vinatieri.
I've been told that with special teams, you know how like people make fun of CBS for having like a kicker expert in Jay Feely?
Yeah.
I've been told that like within that kicker community,
Yeah.
former kickers are really the only way to analyze kickers, which I guess
Maybe
begs
Joe
the
Judge, the
question.
special teams coach.
I would assume he has a hand in it.
Yeah.
But if only kickers can scout kickers, who scouted the first kicker? A soccer player, right?
Chicken for
Kickers
the
evolved
egg.
from soccer players. There you go. This edition of the FOXBORO Report has been powered by betonline.ag. Visit clnsmedia.com/win today and use that promo code CLNS50. From Gillette Stadium, I'm Alex Barth. He's Evan Lazar. Thanks for watching.